to make sure he feared Stanley from getting his ultimate down bot lane, which led to those 2 kills mid lane.
And right here, I'm watching the kill. I didn't catch the beginning of it. We see that flash out of Bebe to go in there to the R, and W popped E to slow him down and got the kill for it. So good job out of Bebe down there, being able to know how quickly and how much damage he can do before he takes tower shots.
Absolutely. So they, even though they were there for the dragon that pulled Lulu away, that was the protection that was there for Vayne in this case, where where Nine was caught out. But I really want to give credit for the team part of it, where Yuzuki really pulled that ultimate at just the right point, where it might have given the life to hold on for mid lane there, but the 2 kills were huge. Those are really, really big kills on both Morgana and Amumu in the mid.
Right now, it actually looks like Orb is up thanks to that Dragon kill, 17.6k to 17.2k. Not that big of a gold difference. We've actually seen bigger in these matches so far, so Taipei Assassin is doing a fantastic job of staying in this fight.
Absolutely, that's only 2 for 2, and they are dead even. Only 600 gold, 500 gold, 600 gold. It's not that much. There's not really a big difference yet, except now it looks like Bebe is trying to establish control behind it and push out the Vayne, make sure that the Vayne can't get anywhere, which is part of that poke comp. And when you protect the Kog'Maw's got more range than you do.
That's right. I love this building this W up here on this Hecarim. He's able to push the lane out and sustain quite a well. Building, well, of course, it moves as I was putting on the left over here, but that Hecarim actually building an Avaris Blade and 2 gold pretends. Well, we see quite a bit of action go down here in the bottom. I expect that Kog'Maw to be very aggressive now that he's past level 6.
I was going to say, and this is really going to turn into a beastie lane here, where it's really a problem for Vayne, as Vayne is not able to get in and actually CS without taking damage now. Bebe is really zoning out well. They finally do get the lane pushed to a decent level where she is actually able to hit a couple times here or there, but that's actually going to open up Wukong coming in the brush.
Oh, we got the double junglers. We got the double junglers walking down here. He's trying to get the lane pushed out so he can walk up into the brush, but he knows he'll be seen if he gets up there too quick. However, it doesn't look like they know he's in the other brush because there's no ward. There it is. Going up there, trying to go a little bit too deep. Now the ultimate coming out. Little Ball's coming in there, popping the ultimate, catching him into the turret. A beautiful ultimate comes out of mistake to push him back in the turret, but it's not enough as Little Ball is now taking plenty of damage, being condemned. Oh, she's taking the tower shots, but no one's there to be able to kill him. So this came down, and look, of course, here comes middle lane. They try to clean up after the fact, but Morgana able to catch Orianna with the Dark Biting.
Let me just say, the Amumu ultimate looked like it got Kog'Maw out of dodge, and Bebe was able to get out, and so Bebe thought he could throw a little bit of damage to help his team, and the Vayne did a perfect ultimate roll to finish him off right at the tower. He did take a couple shots for it, but he didn't die, and the Kog'Maw did. That was a beautiful finish.
Beautiful, that's right. I would roll back for that, but you guys definitely saw the ultimate pushing the Wukong into the tower. Of course, Amumu popping his ult to try to catch the Wukong, but Wukong getting out of there as quickly and fast as he could.
And now we're watching the battle of the tanks up top. This is really interesting now, where both Stanley and Yuzuki are going to be tanky and just pick at each other all day long.
And they both have 3 gold pretend items sitting on them each. I think that Stanley saw it and was like, yeah, I'm not going to be outdone with this. I just know we're sitting up here, and all I'm good for is my ult right now.
Boy, they're going to have a lot of gold. They're going to be at final builds pretty quickly. We're going to see how that works.
I expect that Shen, that's going to be hard. It's going to be how it depends on the team fight. It definitely depends on each other's team and their positioning at that point.
And it's really, you never realize the counter that goes with it from the Hecarim ultimate pulling off the fear, but stopping the Shen ultimate is definitely a possibility, and it's got to be something that's taken into account when next time Shen tries to use the ultimate to get into a team fight.
Right. And being able to break up any of those, the AoE comes in. That Hecarim's not a bad pick because it'll be able to push anybody out, but unfortunately Amumu's is pretty instant. But if they can get Morgana out of the fight, and let's assume they sacrifice Hecarim for it, then everybody else can clean up.
And let us say that the one thing Orbitz has against Morgana is they have 2 ultimates that will take her completely out of the fight at this point, where Black Shield won't be able to do anything to protect her, and that's from Hecarim and that's from Wukong. So, and also Vayne could potentially just shoot her back. So those are huge positional things, especially when Morgana wants to use her ultimate.
Absolutely. And again, the junglers back in here. The junglers haven't been all that active this game, but Little Balls is actually able to walk through the jungle. We see Little Balls building 2 gold pretends, not going like the General Zingy route. We're going some Doran's rings into a Sunfire cape.
As General Zingy is his own person, he definitely does things that are unconventional but still work. So let's see. Yuzuki really wants to push this lane as they try to as Shen goes back. Now we're going to start to see some positioning for this dragon being up again. I want to see if this is actually where the next big team fight goes on.
It has to, you know what, this is one of the next global objective, and this is usually about the game, about 20 minutes in, 15 to 20 minutes, the dragon really becomes one of the global objectives if it hasn't already been taken. And of course, Orb got the first dragon. The time around they weren't able to stop it, so it looks like they are setting up for it as 4 of them are sitting here, and Hecarim is coming down from the top. Ooh, they're going to go here and pinch the Morgana.
They're looking for it. I'll tell you what, this is a big, this objective now, Morgana's going to be able to be on the backside. I'm not sure that anybody's actually going to try it. Oh, there's a ward. That's pretty big. Yep, they're going to go for it, and let's see if this gets contested. I wouldn't be surprised if it is. Taipei Assassins is coming in looking for... They got the more, area of effect ultimates. Here you go, Little Ball's right in the middle of the fight. There is the ultimate. They've slain the dragon already, but let's see how this turns out otherwise.
Hecarim walking over there. Hecarim actually getting exhausted after it. Now we see the Orianna all come out. Now the Jenna dispersing everybody. Vayne is still sitting down here, but taking quite a bit of damage. She wasn't able to kill what she wanted to shed, actually picking up the kill. No, Yuzuki is actually out of position because he used his ultimate to try to disperse the rest of the team. Morgana with a beautiful dark binding over the wall to be able to catch it, so now he's going to go down, allowing Taipei Assassins to come up. They may have lost the dragon, but they made up for it, the number of kills.
They made it up for a 3-0 in kills. That was a great zoning. We knew that this is the AoE presence that we were looking for. They had all of it to work, especially the Mumu ultimate catching 4 out of the 5 members, which you don't see very often. It's usually in this pro player side, you usually see they're able to spread each other out better, but Lil Balls really made an impact there by making it right into the initiation, and then that took it over from there.
That's what you need to do. They're trying to disperse that Morgana as much as they possibly can so she can't ult, but they have 2 displacing ults. They have 1 displacing ult with Janna, so even if their original ultimates, like the Mumu comes in there and it does not work for them, Janna just resets the fight and allows Kog'Maw to pick somebody off that got either pushed toward him or got pushed just inside of his range.
Which absolutely they did. They reset it and then they isolated. I believe that was who would they isolate? Oh, that was Vayne on the isolation on the backside near the dragon pit, where they had exactly the reset that they wanted, and then they were able to pick off the Hecarim after that.
And Hecarim, he jumped in with his ultimate to try to displace the fight, and it doesn't work for him. So we'll have to see how the next one goes. Taipei Assassins. Yes, I'm actually watching it right now. As I say, pushing him back there. Little Ball's now flashing out. They're going to let him go because the tower is up, because Hecarim decided to leave the tower up the first time around.
Yes, he did. And now Stanley's back in lane, but Mumu was just trying to cover. Boy, he was... that was a little closer than I think he wanted.
Now we do obviously Hecarim actually picking up Boots of Mobility. Interesting choice on him, considering it's 20 minutes in the game and your tower's pretty much down. It's not allowing him to really roam all that much. It does give him some extra damage, assuming that the speed buff hasn't been taken off or he hasn't been hit yet. But I'm assuming he wants to be able to position much easier for his ultimate to get around in a fight.
I feel like, well, not only that, because he has to do it before he actually gets initiation, but I also feel like he has to try and match the Shen ultimate in that case, because he does not have teleport.
Right.
And I feel like that might actually be the reason that he bought it, is just so he can match, the Shen ultimate and be able to get to a fight, even if it's later to clean up. And
that's, fantastic. We see an Oracle's over there on Janna. Janna was just clearing wards. And, of course, Lemon Nation on the Lulu that does not have it. We see Bebe going, he doesn't even care that there's 2 people down here. He's fed enough with, double buff on a Kog'Maw. That is brutal. We see over here mid lane Orianna and the Wukong sitting in the brush. Wukong's actually built a frozen mallet with a couple gold pretends, while Little Balls is sitting on 2 gold pretends and looks like probably going for an Aegis of the Legion.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. That would be a great pick in this case, because there is a variety of damage you have to worry about on both teams in this case. So. And we're looking at, there's a lot of pings going down outside of Baron. I don't think it's for Baron. I think it's just for positioning mid.
Yeah, they all saw Stanley sitting there.
Yes, they did. And now they're all going to back off. Stanley's going to come down. What is Stanley looking for? I'm not really sure.
Stanley does what he pleases. He can walk around there. Looks like, he's picked up this giant spell to make him tankier. He actually has a Sunfire cape on top of that. Stanley sitting on loads of life right now. Where is he over here? Sitting on 2,900 life at 22 minutes in the game.
Okay, that's not too bad. And boy, he's got a lot of health. He's trying to build it quickly. He went from those gold pretend items. He's still got all 3 gold pretend items. He already has a Sunfire, and he's then going for another health item. We'll see what it is. Maybe a frozen mallet at this point.
Now, here's something everyone else should take out of their book. You see Bebe, he went up top lane while Shen is roaming and got some more CS up there. That's exactly what you got to do as AD carry. AD carry is all about the farm. The more gold you get, the more items you're going to get, and the quicker you're going to get the items, the more damage you're going to do. So this support sticking on like glue.
Bot and top switched here. If you take a look at it, they switched lanes, and it was an immediate counter because Taipei Assassins knew they had the advantage, wanted to make sure that Vayne is not going to get the farm that they want. But let's see if there comes a counter here.
Right here, Hecker, I'm trying to go in there. The ball comes over there. An ultimate coming out. Oh, well, look at this. Wukong got caught by a beautiful dark binding. Was not able to get his ultimate to stop that. Stop Toys.
Boy, that was dancing beautifully by Toys. I give him a lot of credit for that.
Oh, wow. Look at little balls go here. Popping that ultimate. Kog'Maw's coming down in here now. We see Shen ulting coming up in there. Orb now going down thanks to the ultimate there. Over the wall. The ultimate still, yes, the ultimate's still there. On top of her, the exhaust coming down onto Orianna. Now the ultimate coming out of Orianna to stop everybody into the turret range. But Kog'Maw just taking turret shots and doing the damage. There's a nice, beautiful talk coming by Stanley, who wasn't able to make it in there with his ultimate in time, but coming back and doing his job.
This is the Taipei Assassins that I was expecting to see.
That's right.
Let me just say that right out the bat, because they ended up pinching orbits right in the middle of the river. They had really nowhere to go where Morgana felt safe enough that she could pop her ultimate and not die. Next thing you know, she catches 2 members, including Nubby Pooh Bear right on the edge, who tried to flash away, wasn't far enough away from the ultimate, got stunned. That led to another kill. That's 3-0, and Taipei Assassins is really putting their stamp on this game.
Yeah, they're doing much better job this game. They're not playing overly aggressive, but allowing little balls to take that jungle early has allowed him to snowball and really get up to where they needed to be. I feel at Orb, if they would have gone early and tried to, counter that Amumu, maybe walking around the back. I know they were all together. That is, the Taipei Assassins were all together. But if they could have stopped that Amumu from getting any of his buffs, this game could have gone completely differently from the start.
Absolutely. And the difference in this game right now is the fact that it should be a bigger gold lead for Taipei Assassins in my mind, because they have 4 towers to Orbit's no towers, but they haven't got a dragon yet,
Nope.
and that's about to change.
And right here's the big dragon fight going on. Looks like they are taking blue. They're going to go ahead and give blue to... Not sure which one of them are going to take it, but it looks like neither of them, as they see everybody walk up there, and Taipei Assassins getting their first dragon of the game.
I was going to say, and then now they're going to take this blue just the way they want to, because they have the word to see everybody. They're going to try and counter this, but no, they're going to miss. It's 4-4 at this point. They actually want to try and initiate this, but they couldn't do it. And here comes the boots of mobility on Yuzuki. Nope, they're going to see Dragon was taken just before that, which unfortunately for them is their first Dragon loss. And now Taipei Assassins might be able to... Oh, they're going to pinch Janna here. Oh, look at this. The chase down.
Oh, no. There he goes. He's popping it. He's got those boots of mobility along with his E. Still not quick enough to catch that Janna. And Janna's, of course, her W gives her a movement speed boost. Oh, he drops a ward in there. Thanks for the 25 gold, Janna says.
That's unfortunate, because I really feel like if they had actually gotten the Janna or Morgana in that case, I really feel like they could have killed them before anything else had affected. Maybe the Shen ultimate goes down, but Kog'Maw was way out of position down bot. I feel like they could have cut him off there, and they called it off. They decided
and Shen ultimate is down at this point because he tried to use it in that previous fight.
Oh, that's right. So they really could have caught him there. I'm not sure why they called it off, but they did. Now they're going to try and get their blue instead.
Yep, all they need is a Shirelias, and I think they'd actually be able to catch somebody because, of course, Orianna has a speed boost. Hecarim with his boots mobility and the E. But over here, we see that, getting caught. Lulu getting caught, now being popped up. We see Balls coming in with a beautiful bandage toss into an ultimate of Morgana's in the middle there. Her ultimate's going down. Orbs just getting blown up. His that was Wukong was not good enough. You see this over the wall over here. The Mumu jumped over the wall with a bandage toss, catching Orianna in the river with beautiful and able to take him out. So now that's an ace, and that's a free Baron for them.
Boy, Lil Ball's positioning, man, that was perfect.
Well, actually, Vayne got away.
There. Oh, that was sick. That was so sick. I was just waiting for it, and then all of a sudden, bam, he was right in the middle of it. They caught him right at their blue buff, exactly where they wanted to. Now, Taipei Assassins has a real chance to really push this game on.
That's right.
And just affect their... I want to say take this game over for good and not let Orbits get back into the game at all.
No, they've been doing a good job this game, and I really have to give it to that Morgana and the Mumu. They've been working very well together, especially topping their ultimates. You can't stop both of them.
Absolutely, and of course the Zonias came in perfect play for Morgana. She was able to position herself after the Mumu, which is the deadly combination that we were talking about at the beginning of this game. It really came to play there. It's really making a difference, and you know what? Now we're seeing what happens when low balls can affect a game. It looks like low balls is really the difference in the initiator for
He had two
Taipei
beautiful
Assassins.
advantage tosses there. He got one over the pit into blue, and then he got one over into the river onto Oriana through the big brush. It's not that often you see people go through the big brush like that.
And not only that, he did that with such little life, and it was a great combination because then the Shen ultimate protected him from being able to, from not being killed in that case.
So, of course, still no Shirelias over here from Orb. I really expect them to grab one early if they could. It looks like Lulu is trying to build toward it as quickly as she can, but she does have 3 gold bird tide items instead of rushing over into a Shirelias.
I'm waiting for it as well, but it's one of those things where Lulu was the first one to die in that fight and really get caught by the dark binding, and then eventually just drowned in AOE at that point. So there's not a whole lot that she can do. She's got the gold pretends working, but you gotta be as effective as you can with what money you got.
That's right. That's right. And we see over here Vayne picking up a Zeal. Looks like she's probably going to build that into a Phantom Dancer right after that. She did have 2 daggers, which was 30% extra attack speed. She's got a Bloodthirster, has a full stack in the Bloodthirster, so she's got, the extra 100 damage. And Hornet, you have quite a bit of background noise right now.
Okay, my apologies here. Let me change myself real quick.
Of course, we see up here top lane as Stanley is going ahead and take out this tower with everybody else as Hornet mutes his microphone and gets back into this game. Over here, I do apologize for that, everybody.
Okay, apologize for that. Now that's over.
They were able to push out this top lane very quickly. Taipei Assassins now up to 48.4k gold, almost a 10k gold lead with 12 kills to 3. Those early dragons to Orb didn't really matter. Now we see the ball coming down onto Hecarim to try to get an engagement, but it wasn't enough to get in there as everyone disperses.
And I'm looking. It looks like Taipei Assassins just wants to move around, keep the pressure on, and they're gonna be able to poke the tower down pretty quickly.
Ooh, man, that Kog'Maw, he does damage. He took out Orb Half-Life. They caught him with a Dark Binding, and Kog'Maw just stood there with 3 hits and took him to Half-Life.
Yeah, I really like Taipei Assassins. Team comp as a whole is it's working really well together, where they get to protect the Kog'Maw all they want to, because the Mumu and the Morgana are the first ones to go into fights, and it just changes everything for them. Obviously, Shen can be in there all she wants to, and she's actually going to taunt Vayne and not care in the world because it's not taking damage, and Vayne's already down to half health.
Oh, and that's one of the advantages of picking up 2 Giants Belt. And then there's the Ionic Spark, Optimus Tom's favorite item, those who may follow ggClassic. So they're going to take out this turret. Everyone's walking away, knowing that a Dark Binding can come out. Stanley missing the taunt, now going in, though. Everybody is going to decide to stay onto the inhibitor rather than going on to everybody else, but they're not able to get out. Oh, an ultimate coming out of here out of Wukong right now. We see the ultimate coming out of Morgana. Hecarim pushing quite a number of people away. The Zonias has gone out. Orb, Nubby Pooh Bear being able to pick up the kill. Kog'Maw standing in the back, being able to pick up 2 kills out of there. That's a double kill on Kog'Maw. Very little life left, walking up in there, popping his R. He's going to get a 3rd kill potentially. No, he dies before Oriana is going down, but I believe that passive, not enough.
Not enough. I was surprised it wasn't enough either. But actually, that wasn't that bad for Orb. I expected that to be a lot worse. It ended up being a 2 for 2. They just got really separated at that point, where Amumu had isolated most of the damage ability. The only damage that got out front was the Hecarim and the Wukong, which wasn't that bad, and it actually netted them 2 kills in the meantime. But then it ended up being a really good play from Nubby Pooh Bear on Oriana to actually make sure that the Kog'Maw didn't get any more.
Now, what I like here is finally Lulu she was able to pick up that Shirelia's Reverie, and that's going to go very well, because you saw what happened last time with the initiation. Hecarim pops his E, he runs in there on top of the Boots of Mobility, popped Ghost, and has Shirelia's Reverie. He's going to make it in there to displace anybody he can to try to give Vayne that advantage of being able to blow somebody up.
No, I'm actually curious if that's going to be an issue for Stanley if they come down to this dragon. Looks like they're not going to get there, though, in time. It's not going to matter.
No, then they don't have any ward down there to know what's going on, but I'm sure they have a clue that dragon is being taken at this point.
Okay, so that is another dragon now for TPA. They really are starting to initiate now. When was Baron taken? Because that's going to be the next big item that Orbitz is really going to have to, fight between themselves, between keeping mid lane pushing out of their base and being able to test the Baron when need be.
you know, the Baron's up. Baron will be up here within the next minute, I believe. We can look over here. Trinity Force Ryla's. I actually don't see it in there. He must have been up a little bit sooner. I don't want to sit here too long, but Baron will definitely be up here in the next minute. Unfortunately, I didn't get the timer when we had started this, but we do see that red team does have a ward sitting over here. That is, Orb has a ward sitting on it. It's got 3 minutes left, which will be just enough time to see Baron popping back up. So Shen doing what he does best. He's standing in the bottom lane. His ultimate is off cooldown, so he'll be able to split push while the rest of his team pushes down mid or pushes down top. They're just trying to get lanes pushed at this point so they can walk around to either one of the turrets and they can you know, try to get an inhibitor or a tower out of it. Ooh, Vayne really going balls deep here. She's got that passive which allows her to chase people down, so she's on Stanley. 3 procs there, and of course my camera moves because a directed camera, but we see little balls going here on Wukong. Wukong being caught out and getting blown up by that Kog'Maw, who's doing quite a bit of damage with every hit. Looks like he's going to go ahead with that Chain Vest, build that into a Guardian Angel, with all you need is Infinity Edge and a Phantom Dancer and Kog'Maw on top of your W. And this is also insane damage.
And this is the baby I was expecting to see as well. When he gets like AD carry exactly where he needs to, that was absolutely perfect for him. He's able to just sit back and do all the damage in the world. And Janet is protecting him, you know, amazingly. Mistake has played a perfect game in my opinion, doing exactly what Janet does, which is making sure that your AD carry is just being able to spit out damage in this case, all he wants to.
That's right, and the AD carry has got to stand in the back down there. But that's 2 inhibitors down now. Orb is actually going to be forced to sit in their base more than less until this Dragon or this Baron comes back up, which I know we said about a minute ago. So we're looking very close to having Baron come back up here.
Okay, there we go. Baron is up.
There she is.
Let's see how they position it, because it doesn't look like Taipei Assassin's even going to worry about it, and obviously Orbitz is on respawn mode at this point. At 8 towers to none, they have to do whatever Taipei Assassins ends up doing, which if it's Baron, they'll have to go, but right now it's pushing this bot tower.
Yep, and if he pops his W, look at this. Bebe just stands up there, takes a couple shots onto the turret, just like you need to as an AD carry. Put as many pot shots as you can into it, because it's not going to regen life.
Oh boy, is this artillery just poking away at this team. It does so much damage at this point.
I love how they're all standing over here by this wall and just waiting for the creep wave to come up. As soon as the creep wave comes, they poke it down, give Bebe all that farm, so if he can go back and get his Guardian Angel sooner. And of course, Stanley is just being a menace over here and pushing the mid wave, because he's not going to die.
Boy, it reminds me of the Cinch from last game, where he just doesn't care because it doesn't feel like anybody can do enough damage to him.
Oh, and here we go. Being caught there. Morgana's hasn't popped her ultimate yet, but she did catch him. But we do see the bandage toss on Amuba coming here. Hecarim coming in there, trying to get this Kog'Maw dead. A nice dispersion coming out of there from that Janna. Exhaust going down. Beautiful. Look at this Kog'Maw still standing back, being able to blow it up. There's finally the ultimate out of Amumu, now taking out that Wukong. They did a fantastic job of protecting that Kog.
I was about to say, oh, there was just enough from Nubby Pooh Bear. He might be able to survive. Oh no, he's gonna get binded. Oh, the loot. Nope. That's awesome.
And there's Stanley.
Actually coming in.
And there's Stanley, of course. Stanley was just standing over there being a nuisance as much as he could be. He's going to come in. He gets exhausted before he even makes it to the turret. And there we go, pushing down. Good game, well played, coming out from both teams. That's the Taipei Assassins we wanted to see.
That is the Taipei Assassins we expected. As they played perfect team play this time. That was a perfect play again by mistake. Blew the ultimate exactly when she needed to. Hecarim went to dive again, and then Kog'Maw saved himself by flashing out, and then turned around and said, "Here, now you can't get me. I'm just going to spit more damage at you again." And the Mumu ultimate also protecting him.
So there we go, guys. There's the Taipei Assassins that we all wanted to see.
That's what we wanted to see the first 2 games. Maybe they're warmed up now and ready to play their last 2 games, because they're going to be some tough games against both CLG teams.
So, yes, of course. Right now, guys, you guys got done watching Orb versus TPA, or TPA versus Orb, how you want to look at it. TPA now 1-2. Orb is 0-4, 0-3. I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's unfortunate for them not able to pick up a win in this tournament. And Taipei Assassins, it just seems like a lot of upsets all around right now.
Orbitz is now 0-4, unfortunately, so they will not make it to next weekend. Taipei Assassins, now they're 1-2. They got a shot. It is a slim shot at this point, with MTWNA sitting on top of the group. CLG Black also sitting up there. There's a lot of they need a lot of help at this point, unfortunately, and I'm not sure that they're going to get it.
We'll see what definitely happens, guys. Stick around here. Someone else will be taking over the stream, I believe, for the next Taipei Assassins match. It's not CLGNA because we're testing CLGNA. It's been a long night, guys. Just stick around. We'll have someone else take over the stream. I hope you guys have been enjoying it. We got a couple more games coming on throughout the night, at least 3 or 4 more games coming out for you guys. So I hope you guys